Hi, Tim here from World of Sleuths. Here with my Monday check-in. I know it's Tuesday. I planned on doing it yesterday morning, but I had told my wife a little bit earlier that there were some things I wanted, a couple places I wanted to go to, and she was ready to go out and do that stuff with me before I was ready to do this video, and then I was busy all afternoon, and then in the evening I was busy also. So my Monday check-in's on a Tuesday this week. Uh, yeah, I didn't fit, and of course this is for March Mystery Madness. I haven't finished any books yet for with my for my for all my prompts, but there's some books I'm close to finishing. Well, one book I'll be one of the book for one of my prompts I'll be finishing today. But first, I'll start with showing you the books for the prompts that I've been reading. The first one is like I showed you last Monday is Matchup. It's the one for single. This is book with 11 short stories written by thriller authors, but they're together. A man and woman pair together, and these are all well-known thriller authors. I'm done with 5 of the 11. I'm done with the first 5 of the 11 books in it, and this has been real good so far. I've really I've really been enjoying it, and also it's introduced me to some authors I haven't read anything by them before. So I should be finishing this up sometime later this week. Okay, then that was for my single prompt, and then I've also been reading the book for my place prompt. That's this one. It's ebook on my Goodwill. Like it's The Girl from Paradise Hill by Susan Lund. I'm uh, I'm 40 pages away from finishing this one, and this book is good. It's the first in the trilogy. It's put it this way. This is going takes place in Washington State, and I don't want to go much get too much into it, but it's pretty much about a serial killer in an area in Washington State that he that Paradise Hill is a town, and other surrounding areas where there's been children going missing, like around 10-year-old children, or 10-year-old girls, I should say, that have been disappearing, and there's the two main characters in here are this Tess McClintock and Michael Carter. Tess is a crime reporter for a Seattle paper, and she's been really into these children that disappear because a good friend of hers went missing when she was a girl, and she was one of the last people to see her. And Michael Carter is a FBI agent that specializes in child disappearances, and he's one of her he's brother of her best friend, and like I said, he's an FBI agent, and uh, they're uh, they're both there at the same time because Tess's father had died, and she was the only blood relative around that could make it to, or her brother could make it there, and see her brother and her took her and her brother away from there after her friend was killed few weeks later, and well, anyway, and there were a lot of disappearances that from there that they couldn't find any trace of and stuff, but all of a sudden there's been some traces showing up, and she's there cleaning up her dad's house, and uh, Michael Carter, he is on a leave of absence, or not really leave of absence, or leave of absence, or pretty much like a medical type leave because he was suffering from PTSD with all the cases that he's been working on with missing children. But all of a sudden clues start showing up, and this has been going on for decades. These disappearances, so they've been working together. He's not supposed to really be working around bureau business there, but he can't help it. And also, there's somebody that's stalking Tess. Like she was attacked and stuff in her hotel room one night. And so, but I'm around 50 pages away from there. And then there's a book that this isn't the one that I'm reading for the prompts, but it's one that I wanted to get read before I told you about this series. Or I read the second one, and one for my prompt is one for number, which is third in the series. I hadn't read the first one at all. This is the first one in that series by Martin Roy Hill. It's Empty Places, and it's Peter Brandt mystery. Peter Brandt is an investigative journalist, but he's been working down in like Central America, Mexico, covering some stuff down there, like with Nicaraguan Contra battles and stuff. But anyway, he gets a message. Sees some message in a paper from that he knew only one person could have sent it to him. It was a good friend of his, and it was a message that his ex-wife was dead, and she didn't have any blood relatives around and stuff. So he goes back there, and he's not. And then this is in the Palm Springs area where this story takes place, and what the police is telling him doesn't jive with what he's been seeing there, and so him and his friend, which is a retired sheriff, retired deputy sheriff, they're just going around, and his friend is also a private investigator, so they decide they're to look into try solving it, the who murdered his ex-wife thing, and they can see a lot. They're doing a lot better work than the police and sheriff's department have been and stuff. But like I said, I'm around 140 pages done in this one, so hopefully I'll finish it later today too. I know I'll finish The Girl from Paradise. So, and these are the so when I finish these, I'll start that On here on my Kindle, I'll start the fourth protocol, which is the fourth rising or something like that. I can't remember the exact name now, but I'll be starting that for my number one, and on my Nook I'll be starting the Leavenworth case, which is a person one on that. So, and when I finish matchup later this week, I'll start the one for my weather prompt, which is The Black Ice by Michael Connolly. And you might notice a difference too here. You notice I don't have the noisy chair anymore. That's because part of the reason why, one of the things I want to tell my wife I'd like to do, we got our federal income tax refund, and I was wanting to get a new computer chair, and I told her I wanted to go to Office Depot. Well, see, last week I had a teleappointment with my neurologist, and she told me she'd like me to start taking vitamin B2 along with my other medications and another supplement I'm taking to see if it would help. We tried around all the pharmacies and stuff in town, and in the area, and Walmarts and all that. Nobody has it. So she decided to call a store called the Vitamin Shop, which is down by where we used to live before we moved to this apartment. And fortunately, they had it in there, so we drove down there, and there's Office Max that's right down by there. And so we went in to look at computer chairs. I figured I'd get one for $100, and my wife starts talking to the sales lady there, and saying, "Yeah, since I'm on my sitting by my computer most of the day, because I sit in my computer chair to read too." Or you might remember the other chair would squeak and stuff, and it was just sat real low and all that. Well, anyway, I was looking at them for around $100 or so, and my wife is pretty much stingier one of us when it comes to buying stuff, and so I figured, okay, $100, and she'd be happy. Well, the sales lady was showing us what they had on sale, and with me being in the chair so much and stuff, the sales lady showed us a couple of chairs that they had that were on sale for that are Serta chairs. And you might notice that this chair is higher because it's a high back chair, and but this is a Serta chair that was on sale for $250. I looked at my wife. I sat down and had her sit down in it. I looked at her. She said, "Hey, whatever you want." So this chair should last me a good while. It has a lot of extra cushioning in it and stuff, and it's for people who sit for quite a bit during the day. So you won't hear my chair squeaking much anymore. So that helps out. And also another thing that put me a little behind on my reading was Wednesday I was had one of my migraines that started before 9 in the morning, so I was in bed all day, so didn't get any reading done that day. So, but hopefully I won't have any bad ones like that anymore this month. Hopefully is my key word for that. So until next time, take it easy and keep on reading.